Finance Committee meeting. So have those, any questions, corrections, or comments on minutes from October 7th, 2019? And again, that was a 6:30 meeting because the public hearing, so that's no difference from normal. Anything? Didn't we have a motion to approve minutes for October 2nd?
I make a motion that we approve the October 7th, 2019 financial meeting.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you, Mayor Steve, for notice of the minutes. And you have next year invoices for this period is $109,051.98. So we'll take a few moments to, that includes your P cards. So we'll take a few moments to work through with any questions or comments on that. We'll start with Jim.
I just had a couple of minor ones. Is asphalt of West Virginia, is that the same thing as West Virginia paving? Is that where we buy paving stock? American asphalt, is that West Virginia paving?
That's
Okay.
what I'm
I wonder why that was always listed instead of West Virginia paving, West Virginia paving.
West Virginia Paving will not sell to us. That's one of their sister companies.
Oh, okay.
They won't sell to us because they've got the contract with the state and are pushing so many big trucks through.
It's out of the St. Albans facility.
Yeah, it's the same company, it's just a sister.
It
Subsidiary.
still comes out of Dunbar? They got that other plant in St. Albans?
Out there behind the old Columbia gas building by the river.
Really? Other minor one here, actually, I thought this was donated on page 2 of 5, the disc golf stuff for $29.25 for 9 disc catchers.
It was.
Okay, so that's done.
He gave us a $3,000 check.
Okay, so that's what that's
That was
for.
from Tuesday, right after the last council meeting.
That was really the only thing I really too comment. Everything else good.
Connie?
I'm good.
Okay. Fine as well, just to note, we've got a few more things in from municipal fee from Atkins and Oval, and then also from Datamax. So it's just, it never has turned out to be the gold mine they promised as a Datamax. But at least there's something trickling.
Yeah, there's quite a bit, but not the point.
That's why.
Just a question on the P cards, or, just trying to figure out, some of them say, most of them have they, and some of them say city, Dunbar card, forward, Dunbar card, on.
You know, I have 4 extra cars, basically when firemen and policemen go travel. And then, like card 4 has been in Connie Londo's hand while she was buying concession stuff. And then the card 1 usually travels between, if somebody's going on a trip, they take a key card with them.
You're one month or something.
Yes.
That's all that we want.
I think
Yeah,
I card 1 is used when somebody's card is dead.
well,
It's programmed.
Kim, that's Kim doesn't have a key card, the seniors, so Kim uses it, and then the guys in the fire police when they travel. Because you see some travel on there, on one of them this time, they didn't show up this time, maybe the next time.
But like on page 3 of 5, right, column, it says individual card order. Then that first
Yeah.
block, is
That refers back to.
It goes back to the second page.
Oh, okay, it was the second.
Yeah, that's,
Howard.
yeah.
That's all.
Looked over it again, it's pretty routine items on there. Totaling $109,051.98. Any other questions from other council members?
On page 4 of 5, this is just curiosity. There's a charge on there for the fire hydrants from West Virginia American Water. What do they do? What's that for?
The chief can explain better, but we actually pay them to keep those pressurized.
Oh,
Fire chief, you want to share?
You did a good job there.
That's a monthly thing we pay.
Yeah, all the cities, all the municipalities, and everything pay them. It covers maintenance, testing. I don't know, that goes back way beyond before me. It's something we pay consistently. All the other municipalities,
Okay.
Cover water usage, whatever you do use it.
X amount, they charge you for what they believe will be an X amount of water usage on average. Versus billing you when the fire department would use it for a house. Versus billing per gallon. Constant flat rate.
Flat rate every 3 months. And
Yeah, and like I said, the other cities and municipalities are doing that as well. It's not just us.
It's very similar to the street lights. They don't put a meter on each one, they just have an estimate of what it costs. And same thing for the maintenance and upkeep and the power, same thing with fire hydrant. They do all the maintenance and the upkeep and everything of the hydrants.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from council members? Okay, thank you, Linda. Okay, you've got your total there. Went through and questions and answers, so do we have a motion to send these on to full council for payment?
I make a motion to send $109,051.98 to full council.
Motion, we have a second?
I second.
Motion second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no.
Just a simple sideline, next cycle, or probably the November meeting, it'll be substantially more because we'll be getting the invoice from West Virginia Paving for a paving contract, so it'll be shocked when it's a pretty sizable number next time.
Just keep that in mind. Again, we've already approved that, but it takes a while for the bill to come in. A new business, you saw your note there, and then invoice from the police department for their LPR, the installation, $1,250, and again, that's from their escrow account. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Any questions for the police chief?
Has it been used for people?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
This makes number 3, right?
That's the second. LPR, there's 2, one down on SUV and one on.
Right, this will make the 3rd one now, right?
This is just saying for
Installation.
Finishing up payment on the second one.
Oh, finish up payment.
The original grant, we didn't include the installation cost in the original grant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was $1,250, so, this is covering that installation cost from where that was submitted from the grant. And they tried to get them to give the extra $1,250, but the program had already been closed out, so it's well worth the money.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve payment, $1,250 for the installation of the second LPR? And that again comes out of their escrow account. So that's actually paid for by people's violations in town, so.
I make a motion that we approve, send to full council to pay $1,250 out of the police escrow account for the license plate reader installation.
Have a second? Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. And you've got in your memo the information about the building. Last meeting, we approved the contract for Axton Construction at $108,000. And we knew we'd still have the ceiling, the roof to come in. And we talked about possibly up to $30,000. You see the mayor's memo, and it cost $18,867, which is $11,133 under what we were working towards. So that's good, especially since there's going to have to be a lot of trash dug out and things. So with that, again, $108,000, we budgeted $150 out of the MS4 line. And you've got 108 to Axton, and this 18,867, that would leave us 23,000. Do you know about how much the fees will be from South Charleston for excavation and the landfill fees to get rid of the trash?
Zero for South Charleston. They're donating the equipment, and then we'll be, I think in the memo I sent you, we're renting the roller from Walker, and that'll be about $1,000.
Okay.
And then we're using the regrind that's stockpiled down at to put in the bottom of the hole. And then Hugh is been in contact trying to get Republic to give us an answer as to whether they will take it and what their tipping fee would be.
Hoping they'll take it all without having to sort trash and,
Well, we always have the option of taking it to Ashland also, but it just depends on what kind of testing they might want done on it. Since it is a landfill. We'll just have to see.
But we're gonna stockpile on site until we get it figured out.
fortunately, for our balancing the budget and for the taxpayer, it looks like we've got room to work with the ceiling coming in, or the roof, whatever we're gonna call it, coming in well below budget, so.
I'm just confused for a minute.
Here's what we're doing.
No, I mean, where's the salt bin gonna be at?
You know where the little garage is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's going to be, if you're pulling in the gate, and there's a little garage to your right, then there's a big parking, or a big concrete pad, and then the salt building,
Okay.
okay?
And
So,
there's trash there?
It used to be.
Back in the days.
That's what it
Years ago.
The whole,
the whole yard was.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So what we have to do is excavate a pit out,
Okay.
bigger than the building.
I'm with you.
We'll move all that dirt and store it on site until we can figure out the most economical way to dispose of it. We have a bunch of regrind down there, and we're gonna dump in the hole, run the roller over every time we lift it a couple of inches. And then we'll get that back up to
They're probably
grade,
still
and
eating.
then we'll build the building on top of it.
Okay.
Because we have to worry about compaction in the soil, because if we put a 100-ton building on top of something that's hollow, it'll crush it.
Well,
Does that dirt have to set?
wasn't
cover?
where Kroger's at, wasn't it a dump at one time?
That was more Fletcher's, Enamel, and Dunbar Glass was up that way.
But it was like a dump.
No, that's still,
It was a
that's still
dump.
a trash dump. over
Was
there.
It was a truck, but that's not Kroger's.
And then Fletcher's had their dump right by their plant.
Am I right, Doug?
Huh?
Yeah.
Am I right? That was a dump at one time.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why they had all the Clean Water Act and environmental law.
And
We have a
every,
lot of dumps in Dunbar.
every city had the same thing. If you go around dig very deep, you'll run into trash.
Does that dirt have to stay covered for so long? Or
It's been in the ground 60 years.
And you can still read this writing on some of the plastic.
That's the only question was asked up here. If we find that-
I'm like Greg, they're disturbing the soil, so I thought it has to set also.
It might. I mean, the only thing that hasn't disintegrated are the plastics
And glass.
and glass.
Okay, I didn't even interrupt. I
That's
was
good.
a little confused. Thank you. I'm on track.
Everybody clear on how the building will be laid out while we have to dig a hole? Went from a slab to a hole.
One day it's going nice when it's done over there. Everybody got all cleaned out. Scott cleaned up the whole yard last week, and we were getting rid of all those. I don't know who takes care of the junk cars and all the old stuff that we've got.
We're gonna get that on there.
My pretty.
And once those are all done, it's gonna look pretty good up there.
All we're gonna
Everything's
search that
moved
property.
out way and cleaned up. It looks nice over there.
So you got your contract from Mayflower Steel Buildings, $18,867, and we discussed the money we've got to work with. We're okay on that. So any more questions about the salt bin or about this second contract? So once they get the, I don't know, when I was down today, they hadn't got there. Did they come today to start, Scott? Okay. But hopefully tomorrow they'll have it.
Well, it's gonna be raining tomorrow. We're hoping, they were out on another job today. There was miscommunication over there. So they're supposed to be there today is what they told us. We called about 10 o'clock and they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. So they're supposed to, hopefully, if they finish the job they're on today, they'll be over in the morning. If not, it'll be Wednesday. So we're gonna bump the roller back because it's gonna take 2 days to excavate. So we're gonna move the roller back.
Close to where we were 10 years ago.
Excuse me?
Close to where we were 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
Since Mr. Burton working with us then on the.
No,
South Charleston.
The Steve Bard is the city engineer over there, we're Bard saying. Bernie knows everybody in the world, so he called over there, called somebody, and they said, sure, you can have it.
Okay, so do we have a motion to approve this Mayflower Steel so we can have everything in line once they start moving dirt? So we don't have to come back for anything.
I make a motion that we approve 18,867 to Mayflower Steel Buildings to put the roof on the new salt bin once it's up.
Second,
Second.
any other discussion? Any questions by other council members? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Guess we should say as soon as it start moving trash, it's dirt. Okay, now we've got clerk's report, and if you looked over your items today, one we have from Connie, we have our cash balances ending September 30. And you can see if you go down through there, it's typical and it varies from month to month. Our income was up 168,000 this month, and then of course the next month will be up because of the quarterly sales tax. And then you can see down at the bottom, our balances in general account, cold severance, IPAS, employee benefits. And so we have cash balances of 1.2 billion. And you'll also have your United Bank, and that would be as of 5 o'clock today, roughly.
Yeah.
On the 21st, you see the date there. Gives you balance in each of our individual accounts. So you have that, and then you also have the sales tax report. And again, that comes after your cash balance because it's this month. Just the other day, it was $210,921.43. As the mayor pointed out, that's down from last quarter, but so far year to date is up about 10% over last year. So that's good as well. So we have those. So anything else, clerk?
We did get a cold severance check in last week.
Okay.
That was $5,516.39. 5,516.39. So that went into our cold severance fund.
That's up just a hair.
Yeah, a little bit. We get around 48 years.
And that'll be in your next month's report.
And of course, you talked about the oval. So for the July, August, September, that dollar amount in here was just for September. Okay. But for all three months quarterly, so they collected $12,138.33. 5,000.
We get half. No, state tax is half.
Yeah. And $5,938.26 went into the fireman's pension for the whole quarter. We pay it quarterly, so
What was that amount?
$5,938.26.
Do you ever get that finalized, the fireman pension thing, the change?
I'm still, right now, we got pretty much all of it, other than trying to get BB&T to give us a account, so I can get that all set up. And so we were going to try this month. Deadline was the 20th. So by end of next month, we'll have it all set up and ready to go. But we've been waiting on BB&T to get us set up a new account.
So Doug and the other retirees, starting December, they would get
Yes.
the check from the different source.
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be
It'll be from BB&T,
Yeah,
but
it'll still be
it'll come from
BB&T.
another fund, yes. And so what we're gonna have to do is balance everything out, because we have been putting money in the old fund, but we've also been paying out. But we've been paying out more than been put in, so we'll balance it and clear it up and keep records for audit reasons, and then start everything.
Do we have to use BB&T? Is that, I mean,
No, we don't have to use them.
But to the present, they've done a very good job with very minimal fees.
it's been 3 months now, they've been working on that.
Their fees, I forget, they were fairly minimal.
Yes, they were.
Do you remember, Chief?
Now, we still have to use them for their fund, the other old fund.
Do you remember what the fees were for?
For some reason, there was a 3,000 number in my head, but I don't remember why.
between $4,000 and $5,000.
It's pretty reasonable to manage payroll for a year, essentially, for retirees.
When we first
Yeah,
set
that was
that
for a
up,
whole year.
Yeah.
when we first set that up, we went through 7 financial institutions and they gave us the best deal on all of them. And we go back and revisit every 3 years and they still kept the best prices.
But they're also doing the asset management for the investment pool also, which is a fee over and above just managing the checking account. They're handling the money market and all the investment strategies.
Yeah, but see, we're gonna have to put so much money in that fund, so much money in the other fund. So, and then we gotta get our computer system set up to take that out of their payrolls, the 1.5% that goes in the old fund, and then the balance of it, and everybody's, some of y'all are I think 8, some are 9.5, some employees. So that's, you know, trying to get everything, all the computers.
So our goal was to have everything ready to go December 1, essentially.
Right.
And in November meeting, we'll be presenting to you a request to transfer money from the iPass account into that BB&T account to fund it, to get like a buffer funding in there so that it'll be initially
Yes.
funded, so that there won't be any
Yes,
lax or
thank you.
slowdown.
On your report there, what's in the iPass account?
330.
So. And then as far as our statements are concerned, we've been, you know, we run them, we find a mistake, we run them, we find a mistake. And so we decided, instead of sending them out in the middle of the month, we just thought we'd hold them till June, till the 30th of this month. And we'll run them and send them out at the end of, and you'll be paying for October's garbage and municipal fees. So
It'll be
those
due
two,
on what, November what?
we're gonna give 15 days.
And
Y'all-
when you get into November, then it's,
Be the 30th of every month.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, same cycle then.
Yes. Instead of, I thought time they got out and then turn around 8 days and send them another one. I just, you know, we talked about it. And so we should be ready to go on the 29th.
And that would also then mean another revenue stream for that pension coming in November as well, to start
Yes.
pushing on that,
Yes.
so, okay.
Yes.
Anything else that you have for us, or any questions council has for the clerk, committee, and the council? Anything else, Colin? Thank you. I just have one question and see what the mayor has, but mentioned, Mayor, you had the memo. I just want to ask the two departments, you all were able to get some grants from the county, which is a good thing. What are those, are they earmarked already as to what they're for?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, now, I can't speak for the volunteer fire department. We don't see that money, get that money. I have no idea what it's used for.
What were the projects the others are connected with? Chiefs, because I see
They
5,000.
got a fan and a generator.
Okay.
I called and asked Chris about her texting. He said that $20,000 goes to the truck payment. The truck payment's about $26,000, is that right?
That's separate from what he's talking about. We actually, the $20,000 is the annual county funding we get. But we had also applied for public safety grant monies separate from that, and it kind of all came at one time. But we did get 5,000 for public safety grant on top of it.
Okay.
But it is earmarked for what will end up happening with it is a generator, backup generator for the Roxanne fire station.
The 20,000?
The
Oh, okay, so what is?
20 is already, the 20 plus state money will go out here next month for the truck payment. Yeah.
So that 20,000 from there is for the truck payment, is that
Yes.
my understanding?
Yes.
Okay.
We had two things happen at once. Two different funding sources.
And the police chief, your 20,900, is that connected to the project as well?
It is, we contacted them before we submitted the grant, and asked what they were looking for, and they said they were looking for officer safety type equipment. We priorities, we submitted for 16 ballistic helmets, 15 ballistic vests for rifle type vests, 2 in-car camera systems, and 4 ballistic shields that will go in the cars.
Now these, and you're the chief, I'm just curious, because you know far more what to do. Where does one of these appear? But those vests and things, would those be assigned to each one to carry in their trunk of the car? So if there is a, say for example, a mass casualty situation, they would just be able to respond from wherever they're at, open the trunk and put it on.
Right, there'll be a policy put out that they have to have it with them when they're on duty.
But what about off duty though, if they have to be called in? As a
Go to the
support?
station,
Okay.
be left at the station.
And those are the ones that are much thicker than the day-to-day wear for long barrel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Any other questions on that for the police chief? Just glad we got the money, and especially for your guys also. Check in. Yeah, that's one of those things you hope it wears out with age and the code goes bad before it's ever used.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We haven't done
Anything else, Mayor, do you have anything finance for us?
Don't believe so.
Any other, excuse me, any other questions related to finance from other council members? Again, we had a shorter, lighter evening, so we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
we have a second to adjourn.
Now, yeah, second, sorry.
Thank you.
Greg. Mike.
Let's
bring up a couple of things here real quick.
Okay, Ken, go ahead.
Of course, it's off the record.
Yeah.
Number one is, we're all familiar with what's going on at the hotel. As far as the restaurant goes,